Y'all, I just finished this. Like, I literally just finished this. Like, right now, I just put it up on the render farm literally maybe 20 minutes ago. And to be honest, I don't really want to film this, but like, I feel like I have to because maybe people are gonna like wonder how whatever. Yeah, I feel like I should just like, I think I started this around like September 4. I think September 4 is the first image I have of me like making this at all. Like I started with like the worst blueprint you've ever seen in your whole entire life. It like has nothing to do with anything. I mean, it looks pretty similar to the final thing. But anyway, I started this on the 4th of September, I believe. The only idea I really had was like, I just really wanted the first shot, which was like the feet walking and then the camera looking up and there's no one really there. I knew I really wanted that, and I wanted the writing on the carpet that says take your shoes off. I really wanted that too. And then I was so hyper fixated on like the chorus. It has to have like the floating plates. Those were like the 3 things that I knew like I wanted, like this has to happen. And yeah, and I didn't really want to make this at first. Like I was like, I'm just gonna write this down, or I'm just gonna make it like model the room, and then maybe I might or might not like continue with it, but I wasn't really set on actually finishing this. But then I think it was the day that I was animating this part right here with the feet, because when I saw it rendered, that's when I was like, oh, okay, now I actually want to make this. Is there really anything to explain here? I'm not sure. I mean, this is House. The song is called House Tour. It's pretty self-explanatory, you know? I mean, yeah, I just wanted this to have like a really like very 80s type of thing. I don't even know, I wasn't alive in the 80s, so I don't know what the 80s look like, but I have like a faint idea, right? But I just wanted this to look like that, very like retro, vintage, and all that stuff, you know, to match with the song. So like my first step with this was like, as always, Pinterest, look for reference images in Pinterest. I search for like what, I'm gonna put them on the screen, but I searched for like what, like 80s vintage homes, houses, whatever that means. And I just got a bunch of inspiration from that. I think the biggest part of this that makes it feel a little bit more retro-ish is the furniture. I think the furniture is a very important part of building like a retro vintage scene, whatever you want to call it. So I just started with that. Then I had this is the sketch of like the first thing that I drew. So I wanted the house to be like that. And then I didn't really worry too much about dimensions or anything like that. I just wanted to make it like whatever, as if no one's gonna see this, because I feel like that's when like the best stuff comes out, right? So I just like started moving things around, extruding things around until I got what I wanted, kind of. And then I just started filling up the room, well, the multiple rooms, and then I started animating. I mean, that's literally it. And I wanted this house to feel kind of all over the place, sort of organized, but sort of all over the place. Like I wanted it to be, I just told myself, you know what, let me just make whatever the fuck I want. You know, no one watches my shit anyway, let me just make whatever the fuck I want, because who cares, you know? So I got this duck from Sketchfab. I don't know who made this, but whoever made this, shout out to you. And I also tried to make like a house that I would want to live in, sort of. I don't think I'd necessarily want to live here, but like that I would envision myself being here for more than 3 seconds. I really wanted the text to be very trippy, groovy. So the same text that is the title is on the carpet. So I think let's just go through the animation and then just explain things as we go, because I don't think there's anything else left to say, honestly, at this point. One thing I really had fun with was the graph editor, because I don't really know how the graph editor works. Let's be fucking for real. I don't really know how it works, and it's kind of confusing, but it's not really. I mean, now that after I made this, I have like a better understanding of what it is for, what it does. But yeah, I never really used the graph editor like that, but I was like, let me just push points around, and whatever looks good, and what doesn't. So here on the camera, it moves really like very sort of jagged for the intro. I just wanted it to look like that. That was very much done on purpose. Oh my god. So like stuff like that, like, it's just like really moving like that. I just pushed a bunch of points on the graph editor until it looked decent. Like 90% of like the post editing of the animation, of the camera animation, was just me doing this. I was literally just doing stuff like this, pushing points around, moving them around, and it looks good enough. Looks good enough to me. Then here, all this stuff, like all these like extra assets and stuff like that, these are things that I really add like last. These are like pretty much the last thing. Can I be on camera? Can I be on frame? These are like pretty much the last things that I add, because they're just extra stuff to give, like, how to explain? Little things like this help draw the viewer in, like subconsciously, because it's like when I pan through this room and there's a vacuum cleaner, it's like, oh, okay, we're inside someone's house. You know, we're inside someone's home, I think it's the better word. You know what I mean? So it's like little stuff like that. The vacuum cleaner, a record player with the man's best friend on it, what is that? I don't know what that is, you guys. How did I get there? And then stuff like this, like more like furniture that is retro-ish, like vintage or whatever you want to call it. Most of these posters on the wall, once again, all from Pinterest. These two guys over here, since the cover of Man's Best Friend is a man, you know, with her, I really wanted, I just wanted anything related to a suit to be in here. So I got these guys from Mixamo and I removed their heads. And then the rest of the stuff. Thank you for dinner. I had a really great time. I wanted this to look like ketchup. I think I got that right. The fonts, I got them from a place that shall not be known. What really helps it look like ketchup is the ambient occlusion on the plate. It's also red, and then the red text mixed with the red ambient occlusion makes it look almost like it's more wet than it is. And then here, this text, this isn't actual text. On the final thing, that it's not actually seen. This has a transparent shader, but the way it shows up is I wanted it to also be ambient occlusion. So this text shows up because of the material of the cheese, but it just shows up because the cheese has this AO thing, and it's very like it's very tight. So when the text builds in, the shadow of the text looks like text. Then the car, the little toy car, those from Sketchfab. The little food assets here, some are from CG Trader, some are from Sketchfab. These are photo scans, and this is just like assets. These are also photo scans. Most of these things are photo scans. I think that's the best thing with food. And the car goes over there, whatever. Pineapple air freshener. This has a very low alpha. No, it's just density. So this is just volume. These two layers are just volume, and then the text is very thin. The text, the original text is very thin. I just made it a little bit thicker with the bevel, but the original text is like this. So it kind of looks like air, like it's not even like really there. And then this little pocket watch, I had to model it myself because I wanted all the words to match with the lyrics. Then here the jewelry, that's also from Sketchfab. These words is the same thing as the cheese. They appear because of ambient occlusion. They're actually transparent, but they appear because of the material. Moving on. Then this, the floating objects that I wanted so badly. Here they are. Yeah, there's nothing really too interesting about this part. The words are just coming in. First, second, third floor with the Fs. That's kind of smart, I guess, you know. This thing, this idea I got from Pinterest. Once again, Pinterest is the holy grail for ideas of any sort. But I saw this picture on Pinterest, then I modeled it again here in Blender, and I think we all know what that means, but I will not say it out loud. The parts I'm skipping over is because there's actually nothing to talk about there. I mean, it's like, there's really nothing to say. This comfy stuff, if anyone's wondering, this was made with like a wave modifier to make it like move like that, the way it moves, like that. Just this wave modifier. Then this speaker wall, which is so cool. I also got it from Sketchfab. That's honestly pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of it. Like, there's really nothing to talk about here. What else? I mean, I could show you around like the house, I guess. Like stuff that isn't seen. For example, there's this big window over here. This is a painting of something. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. Painting of something, a few lamps, like this coffee table from Polyhaven, carpet, some stools over here, like nothing special. Then this is like a Coke, this is a Coke vending machine. This is something, I don't know what that is. I mean, there's a shelf over here, grandpa clock, a few plants, another bookshelf, that chair, but that is literally pretty much it. And then over here on the compositing, the way I got it to look like that, like 80s look, I guess, is number one. The resolution of this is at like what, 1440 by 960, which is incorrect. It should have been 1080, but I realized that a little bit too late, and I was not gonna re-render this. It should have been 1440 by 1080, but anyway. Then here in the compositing, what I did is like I increased the saturation a little bit, the value a little bit, I added this shadow filter, a little bit of blur, a little bit of sharpen, some lens distortion, and that's it. This is still rendering, so I might do something else with it and eventually resolve. I don't really think so, but that's pretty much it. And that's all she wrote.
Oh my god, it's like, what else do I even say? I'm so tired.
End of the video. And I promise none of this is a metaphor. I just want you to come inside. Baby, what's mine is now yours.